I'm here with JJ Watt and Kealia Watt to talk about your Frito-Lay partnership. First of all, Kealia, go Heels. Drake May for Heisman, obviously. But second of all, I'd love to know more about your partnership with Frito-Lay and what it means to both of you and how it's allowed you to continue your work in the Houston community.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate it. We're very excited to partner with Frito-Lay. You know, there's a couple things that we're trying to tackle here. Food security is a big issue in this country. Food insecurity is a big issue in this country. And kids need meals. They need food. And Frito-Lay is doing a great job of helping provide these grab-and-go meals in schools across the country. And then also, Gen Youth is providing NFL flag in school kits so kids can play flag football in school so they can get out, get active, and get out in their communities. So we're really excited to partner with this, and we're putting on a little flag football event today, which will be great and probably get a little competitive between her and I, but that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, and just to be back in Houston, we obviously love this city and it means so much to us. So to be able to get out and meet these families and it's really special.
JJ, I know you've joked about retiring from retirement when you announced your Burnley investment, but now that training camp has passed, the season's finally here. Have your emotions changed? Have both of your emotions changed about walking away from football and how you both are handling this transition to a new role?
You know, I'm still enjoying it. I think I probably enjoyed it the most during training camp. When I was talking to my brother, I was talking to some of my former teammates, and they're in meetings for 12 hours a day in practices, and they're grinding it out. So I really enjoyed that, calling them from the golf course. But now that the season's starting, there's certainly those moments where you miss the butterflies of the night before the game, or you miss the coming out of the tunnel. All that stuff is definitely something that I'll miss, but I'm not going to miss waking up on a Monday morning after a game feeling the way your body feels. So I feel very, very confident and very good. And I'm really enjoying being able to watch the league from a broader perspective and being able to see and talk to these different guys from different teams and talk to coaches from different teams. Whereas in the past, I was so singularly focused on, my team and trying to help them as much as I could. Now I can really enjoy the game as a whole.
And Kealia, how are you preparing your new Sunday schedule? Like, what's the new routine? How does it change now that you don't have to worry about all this?
Well, JJ helps me wake up with Koa a lot, so that's been really nice. We'll definitely be watching Steelers games, but yeah, it's, at the beginning when Koa was first born, JJ was obviously still in season and gone a lot. It's such a demanding schedule. So to see the difference and how nice it is as a family to have him home, we've gotten to do so much stuff. And we are happy that he's with us.
You mentioned the Steelers. Are you guys planning to go groupie mode and stalk, your brothers around the country? Or are you kind of going to stay put mostly this year?
We'll definitely, I want to go to Pittsburgh for a game for sure. We're going to go to Pittsburgh for at least one game. We're also going to be at the game in Houston when the Steelers come to the Texans. And probably, I love watching him, but I like watching on TV. Like I love being able to watch multiple games. But that atmosphere in Pittsburgh is phenomenal. Those fans are incredible. So really looking forward to getting out there to Heinz Field. I still call it Heinz Field. And getting to a game there because we haven't gotten to do that. The last time I was at Heinz Field was during COVID when I was playing against them and it was empty. So I want to go see that atmosphere. I want to hear Renegade and I want to see the Terrible Towels in action.
JJ, as we approach the season, two of the star pass rushers who've sort of taken the torch from you, Chris Jones, Nick Bosa, they're still holding out as week one approaches. What are your expectations for each of them this year? Are you still expecting mostly full seasons? Are they different situations to you?
I think as you look at it right now, I would say they're different situations as we sit today, because obviously the Chiefs play tomorrow night. So Chris Jones doesn't look like it's getting done before the season starts. So he's clearly going to miss at least one game. Whereas Bosa, I think, still has a chance to get done and still has a chance for him to play in his first game. So very different from those perspectives. And I do think that what happens on Thursday night could affect Chris Jones' situation. If the Lions have success in the running game and the Chiefs can't get pressure on the passer, that swings some leverage in the way of Chris. In the Nick situation, I think that he's one of the best pass rushers in the game, and it's his time to get paid. That's just kind of the way this league works, is when your contract comes up, if you're one of those premier pass rushers, you get the highest contract. And so I think he deserves that highest contract. And I would imagine they'll find a way to make it work. The only thing with the 49ers is they have so many guys that make a lot of money on that team. So I don't envy the guy who has to try and figure out the cap structure there.
Kealia, I noticed also this past week, Julie Ertz announced her retirement. Zach was on the Cardinals, JJ was on the Cardinals. Did you guys have, a relationship where you were able to learn a lot from her during that time? Did you have a relationship prior to both of you playing on the Cardinals together?
Yeah, Julie and I have actually known each other since we were like 13 years old. We've been playing together since for over almost 15 years. And we got to play with each other in Chicago. And then we actually got to train together after we both had our babies coming back. So that was really cool. And obviously JJ is very close with Zach. Their son is 2 months older than Koa. So we're constantly texting them, getting advice from them, asking things. So it's really special. She's had such a great career, and we love being in Arizona with both of them.
Now, I also am a huge comedy fan, so I have to ask, JJ, you had an experience a lot of NFL players don't have. You hosted Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
What do you remember about that? The show goes live, right? We all see that. What do you remember about the pitch meeting on the first day? Like when everybody tries to overwhelm you with ideas.
Yeah.
What's that like for you?
Fascinating. It is. I mean, everything about the week at SNL is one of the most fond memories I have, because it was so different from everything that I've done before. It's such an iconic show. And it's just the way that they do it, and the way that everything is surrounded around helping make the host feel comfortable and trying to find ways to make it successful. That pitch meeting on Monday is crazy. For ours, everybody packed into Lauren's office, and it's probably 40, 50 people packed into one corner office, and everybody's sitting on the ground, sitting on tables, sitting on filing cabinets. And he just goes around the room, and every single person pitches an idea. Some of them are wildly outlandish. Some of them you can tell have been hashed out pretty well. And you're just sitting there like thinking about these 50 ideas, and you're like, we could make 10 shows out of this if we wanted to. And then you start thinking of your own ideas, and you're like, ooh, what would I want? Those people are incredible. And I had such a blast. It was a great, great experience.
Is there any sketch you wish you'd gotten to perform that got cut?
No, because my favorite one was the Rudy the spoof we did on Rudy was so good. The second that they pitched that to me, I was like, we have to make that happen, because Rudy was literally my favorite movie growing up as a kid. And so for us to make that it was just gold.
And Kealia, were you in the crowd for the show, at the after party, all that stuff? Were you embarrassed, proud, kind of in between, like proud, a little proud, embarrassed, or yeah?
We were there. We had all of our friends there, and I was so nervous for him. Like I was like, I can't believe he's doing this, because this is going to be so hard. But he was amazing. We were dying laughing the whole time, and the week leading up was so wild. He was rehearsing all day. We were all in New York. He was rehearsing all day, and it was such a cool experience. And he did a great job.
Yeah, well, it was amazing to watch. JJ, were there any other NFL players who you remember being super jealous of that opportunity, and why was that Travis Kelce?
That's funny. He did a good job. He really did a good job. I think he's a great character for it also. But it's funny. A lot of guys were saying like, I don't think I could do that. I tried to tell them like, no, you absolutely could. Like, we're used to playing in front of 70, 80,000 people every week. We do what we do on that stage all the time. So I'm like, what are you scared of? Like, if I get knocked on my ass in front of 80,000 people, that happens all the time. So what happened? Me flopping a joke up on stage, I just pretend that's me getting knocked on my ass in a game. So no big deal.
Pretty much the same thing. They'll both take your breath away. Well, JJ, Kealia Watt, thank you so much for joining me today on behalf of Frito-Lay, on behalf of your work in the community in Houston and in helping against food insecurity. Really appreciate your time, and best of luck with the event.
Thank you so much. Thank you.